the opening theme song on every single one of the almost 900 episodes of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was completely different for a very fascinating reason. So everybody knows and loves Fred Rogers, aka Mr. Rogers, and his beloved PBS children's show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but not as many people know that he actually graduated from college with a bachelor's of music and composed all of the music and songs on the show. But Mr. Rogers wasn't just singing to pre-recorded backing tracks on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Every single song was performed live in studio while they were taping. There was an in-studio pianist who performed every song alongside Fred Rogers on the show, and I know what you're thinking. I clickbaited you because technically every song was different because it was being performed live, but that's not even what I mean. It's actually really fascinating. Because Mr. Rogers didn't just get any pianist to perform on the show. He got world-renowned improvisational genius concert jazz pianist Johnny Costa, who was way more famous and way more valuable than to be a performer on a children's PBS show. But he said that he only did it because he was semi-retired and just liked Mr. Rogers. Fred Rogers was such a good guy that he was able to pull a modern-day Beethoven out of retirement to play on a kid's show. But Mr. Rogers made one other smart move. Instead of telling Johnny Costa to just stick to the sheet music and play what he composed, he told him to just go wild with it.
Do it for the ears of a child. I didn't do it this way. I wouldn't do that, so I figured, well. And Fred loved it, and I kept doing it, and the people loved it.
And because Johnny Costa is literally a genius, he played every single iteration of every single song on every single episode of the show completely differently. So I dare you, go watch the opening theme song of any episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and you will realize that they are all musically completely different. The only thing that's the same is Mr. Rogers singing. Johnny Costa is taking the underlying melody of It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood and improvising an entire different composition on top of it. This is just the level of dedication and passion and commitment that Mr. Rogers gave to every single episode of his show for kids.
It's not that hard. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's easy.
Alligator shoes, you know, they get uncomfortable after a little while.
3D!
Now, what is this? This is an issue of Cracked Magazine.
Cracked Magazine, which is, you know, sort of like rip-off of Mad Magazine. And they have this thing, this feature in here.
Where is it?
Let's see.
Oh, maybe, look.
Oh! PU's Play Hobble.
I don't know if you could see this or not, but you can't really. I mean, it doesn't look anything like me at all.
No. Does that hurt you?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm laughing all the way to the bank.
What's the good of resisting temptation? There'll always be more. Why don't you come up sometime, see me? Peel me a grape. Yeah, you better come up and see me. I'm just doing a job I never did before. What are you gonna do about it? You do it. Stirring gets on my nerves.
I see a man in your life.
What, only one? I'm through with this guy, Judge. Maybe I ain't got no soul. I ain't gonna hurt him. I only want to feel his muscles. Oh, I'll be doing something. You know what I mean? For the bedroom. I don't like work either.
I'll never forget you.
No one ever does. Oh, pardon me.
After the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. He's blind. So we'll hear about that coming up.
Okay.
Thank you. We can't turn the we can't turn the clock back. I know it's after midnight. We can't turn the clock back. And
just another really expensive roof. Liberals drive on a BMW, so I charged another 15 grand. And yeah, that's what you get for being liberal. I don't care if they watch this video either way, because there's no one else to roof, because your liberal government made everybody lazy by giving them fucking CERBs, and nobody wants to work. So I can treat people like shit, act like a fucking asshole, and they still got to pay me for their expensive shit, whether they like it or not. And they got to pay 25% more because they're liberal. So welcome to the real world. Motherfucker.
Now, he's standing right up to show me how big he is. He'll lean right back and he'll use that tail as a spring and he'll come forward. And here, well, you can see. No, stop, come on, calm down. I'm going to go down and he'll come down. And that is the end of the conflict.
It ain't my fault I stutter.
Listen to me, you whining little whelp. You're gonna stop that stutter or get the hell out of here. You're gonna stop it or go home, do you hear me?
Son of a bitch.
What did you say?
You goddamn son of a bitch.
Say that again.
You goddamn mean son of a bitch.
Say it faster.
You goddamn mean dirty son of a bitch.
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
You can gauge someone's level of intelligence based on what they find funny. So mid-intelligence or medium intelligence mainly just finds mid-level humor funny. Mid-wits don't laugh at low humor because they want to distinguish themselves from the stupids. Low intelligence find low humor funny. They're blissfully oblivious to the other levels of humor. High intelligence finds low and high humor funny. However, they generally don't find mid-level humor funny because they feel that it tries too hard for its own sake. So, intelligent people have the widest range of things that they find funny, followed second by low intelligence because low humor accounts for most humor, and the most narrow sense of humor is that of the midwit or average intelligence. It's hard to classify what's high, low, or mid humor, but basically, low humor is stupid. It's like potty jokes and slapstick stuff. Low humor, though, is universal. Mid humor is like sarcasm and puns. It's highly cultural dependent. And high humor is layered and mostly uses omission to create a humorous effect. So high humor is not about what is said or what is done, but what is selectively not said or not done. High humor is mostly postmodern in that you never know for sure if the joker is making a joke or being serious, and their withholding that information provides a certain lightness.
Hello, and not actually the happiest of Thursdays, everybody. I know I greet you with a happy Thursday every single week, but it's 9/11. It is a day of mourning every single year. I will never forget. And then that compounded with the events of yesterday with Charlie Kirk. All I can say is my prayers do go out to his family and everybody at Turning Point USA. I'm not the best at eulogizing, but it was horrific and that sucked. And I even considered going dark today, but the show must go on. So, and I also didn't want to cancel on our guest tonight because I've been looking forward to having some one-on-one time with Tank Ferret. That is who's coming on in a little bit. But first, one other thing. Batman will not be here tonight, so I'm not going to be bringing him in. So we're going to go straight into why I do creative chaos. Of course, it is focused on shining a spotlight on fascinating people, creating fantastic things outside the mainstream. And also, it wouldn't happen without Flip City Magazine because I'd have no reason to stream. So let's get into what I am promoting tonight because we've got a few awesome things going on. Let me go over here. Let's start with our trailer for the Parodies Special Edition, which is live now on Fund My Comic. And I just need to find it. What did I do with that? Here it is. All right, let's watch the trailer real quick.
In a world where sequels and prequels and derivative slop rule the TV and movie landscape, one magazine dares to make fun of them all. One mag to roast them all. One mag to troll them. One mag to break their balls. And in the ratings, roll them.
Cut! All right. So if you are interested in supporting the Parodies Only Special Edition, you can find that at fundmycomic.com/FlipCity27. Yes, that is our 27th edition. And just some of the titles you're going to get are The Woking Dead. What is that again? The Snarky Ones of the Galaxy. We've got He Demanded More Again, Weirder, Strange Earthlings, Jerks of Joke Island, and Woking Dead. Farrell Dixon will be doing a live read of that at the end of the show tonight. So we've got that, and then something really cool happened, and cause if we just change scenes to this. All right. Flip City was profiled in the Blaze. It is so hard to get any kind of real press. Being an independent, we've been working at it for 5 years. We've gotten small press here and there. And of course, all the lovely streams that I've been invited on. Can't forget them. But being featured in the Blaze, this is kind of some bragging rights. Noel Yaxley is a culture commentator, journalist who is freelance and writes for a bunch of different websites and publications. He wanted to interview us, and we said yes. And it's a pretty good write-up. So you can find that at the link that I'm going to drop in the chat right now if you want to go over and check out the article for yourself. So there's that. And then one last thing. Tomorrow, I will be doing the very first Coctagon over on Michael Bancroft's channel, where it's a pitching competition. So I get to give the best Flip City pitch I possibly can, and I'm competing against 8 other independent creators, and I hope to win. So I'd really love to see you guys there and voting for me in chat to win that. And I am in the lead right now as far as people guessing who is going to win the first Coctagon championship belt, or however they're doing it. I feel like it's going to be a historical day tomorrow. So I dropped the link. Ooh, oh no, I dropped the wrong link, you guys. I kind of doxed our stream right now. Give me one sec. Here we go. I'm going to get the real link to that Blaze article, and then I'm going to send you guys the link to the Michael Bancroft channel. So if you're not already subscribed, go check out go subscribe to the Michael Bancroft channel and come check me out on the Coctagon tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern, I believe. I should really check up on that. So I linked you guys up. Thank you so much for listening to me pitch to you on my own show. And it is time for me to bring in our wonderful guest. I'm really looking forward to a conversation with a guy. I love his name. I don't know if it's real. I'm guessing that it's real. Weston Duggan-Starr. It's a really cool name. Of Tank Ferret. He's a self-described force multiplier for independent comics. And if you don't already know, he's also a really great illustrator. So we'll be talking a bit about Neon Revenant, a book he's illustrating for Rock Hard Comics, which is in signups right now. I'm going to wait a minute to drop that link, but it is in the description of the video. I just don't want to drop too many links in a row. Seems weird. Seems spammy. So let's bring in Weston, or Tank Ferret. I don't know if I can call him Weston. We'll see. What's up, Tank?
How's it going?
Good. I really love... Is that your real name?
That is my real name. My name is Weston Duggan-Starr.
It is Duggan, not Dugan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but... yeah, no, it's funny because for half my life, most people call me Ferret or call me Tank. It's really weird to hear my actual name.
Right? I know. I'm like, I don't think I'll be calling you Weston. You're literally Tank or Tank Ferret to me.
Yeah, no, and it's funny because I didn't pick that name. You never get to pick your name. You know what I mean? I was given the nickname of Ferret for a whole bunch of reasons of similarities to the animal, and I was at this large gathering.
Hold on, I'm sorry. How are you similar to a ferret?
I'm really energetic. I play rough, physically, mentally. Sometimes I draw blood, but I don't mean to. I just have thicker skin. I get really excited. Especially when I hide stuff from myself and then I find it. Oh, I get really excited. I have a tendency to bounce around, and yeah. So that's most of the reasons. I used to be skinny. I'm now medium sized, but because
you've grown up.
Yeah. Well, I used to bear a physical resemblance to a murder noodle, so. And then I was at a large gathering and somebody yelled Ferret, and then somebody yelled which ferret, because apparently there was more than one ferret, and somebody yelled back Tank Ferret, and I was like, I'm keeping that. That's mine now.
Okay.
And I used it as branding.
And I'm assuming, like, basically since the invention of like the internet, that's been like your handle.
Yeah. Okay. I've been using that for a long time. I used to use my kung fu name. It was given by my kung fu teacher, Jiao Bai Shong, which means armored white bear. Because my teacher was like, you remind me of the polar bear from Golden Compass. Really nice. soft spoken, but when you get me angry, I will slap your mouth off.
Okay. And I haven't even known you that long, but I kind of get that vibe from you.
I try to be your friendly neighborhood force multiplier, but sometimes I'm human. Sometimes things get the better of me.
Yeah, and Tank, I neglected to do something that I'm supposed to do before bringing the guest in. You guys, if you're here, do us a solid, give us a like, a share, or even subscribe. Look at
That's right.
thank you to my wonderful producer for being right on that. And I wanted to thank also Ghost Pepper and Madness Entertainment for the cookies over on Pilled, and I'm assuming also a raid, because you guys are always raiding me over there. Tank, have you checked out Pilled yet?
No, I haven't yet. I try to limit my online activity, but dude, shoot me a link. I'll get right on it. I'll go check it out. And
It's if there's a lot of interesting streams. If you want to hear like news commentary or do like the conspiracy thing, there's a lot of stuff to choose from over on pill.net. And however, if you're ADD like me, it's not so great because they chat so fun. So it's one of those things with me. I'm like, oh, I need to check in on chat because I need to see what stickers people are dropping. Anyway.
No, I understand. Yeah, dude, I understand a good temporal vampire.
You're speaking over my head. Remember, you're talking to a girl here.
Oh, okay. Well, I know we're not at this section, but listen, doll. All right, temporal means related to time. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Got it. Got it, Tank. Hey, on that note, actually, why don't we go into Fanboy for Us? I'm going to adjust it a little bit for Christy time, so I might be able to actually interact with Fanboy for Us. So let's get in that segment and get to know you a little bit better.
All right, let's do it.
All right. I almost remade a stinger with my own dumb face on it, but that's okay. It is Bruce's segment.
With a mustache.
With a mustache. I would have cut out the mustache and put it on myself. I have done that live before. I've been wearing a mustache because Bruce wasn't here. Miss you, Bruce. He is going to a 9/11 memorial service, so of course, that takes precedence over this silly show. All right, so I'm doing this from memory, and I'm going to do things that I like to talk about.
Okay.
So we're going to keep it pop culture-ish, but me, I was way into TV growing up. They called me the human TV guide at home.
Okay.
Because I knew everything that was on at any given time. So I'd love to know, one, what your favorite television show, and two, your favorite Saturday morning cartoon was.
Ooh, when I was a kid, my favorite television show, probably Airwolf. I was huge. I was huge on the Airwolf.
Of course, it was something I'd never seen.
Yeah, now cool, state-of-the-art prototype attack helicopter with a charming crew, and Ernest Borgnine. I mean, come on, you can't say no to Ernest Borgnine. Yeah, I absolutely, I love that show when I was a kid. And then cartoon, oh, definitely Robotech. I was big. I was an early protoculture addict.
Okay. Both neither have I seen. I knew I should skip this segment.
I told you I was going to get outed as an eclectic weirdo.
Well, and that's why, that is why we still had to do Fanboy for Us, because I wanted to know how eclectic you were. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do your favorite artist, any genre.
Okay. Ooh, probably Frank Frazetta. I'm a Frazetta stan. I don't think I've ever seen a Frazetta picture drawing sketch that I didn't fall in love with.
All right. And then your favorite movie.
Ooh. Probably Blade Runner, director's cut.
Okay. And then
Really love that one.
how old is Blade Runner?
Gosh, I don't. It came out when I was a kid.
Okay. When did the director's cut come out? That's
That one
gotta be a
came out
bit
in like the
later.
90s. That came
Yeah.
out in the 90s. But I love the original with the Harrison Ford voiceover, and I'm still tracking down a version of that won't get me in trouble with my internet service provider.
That sounds appealing.
Might be a bit nefarious.
Oh, well, so what is your number one recommended television show other people should watch?
Ooh, gosh, probably. Holy moly, that's a tough one. One that I would recommend. Number one television show I'd recommend people watch. You might stump me there.
I might have stumped you on that.
You might have. I really appreciate Star Trek Next Generation, season 3, starting with season 3. Because honestly, the show didn't find its legs until the 3rd season. But also, even though the acting is really flat, Star Trek, the animated series, is really good. It was closest to Gene Roddenberry's vision for Star Trek.
Now, are you a huge Star Trek fan?
I like this.
Just Next Generation.
I like the Star Trek original series, Next Generation, Voyager, everything up until Enterprise. I mean, nothing against the cast, but the script was terrible. So many missed opportunities. They were trying to subvert. It was the early part where where the Star Trek writers were trying to subvert expectations, and it's like, dude, we needed the Romulan human war is what we needed. But I think the producers might have felt that maybe there was combat fatigue from the Dominion War and Deep Space Nine. I don't know their reasoning. It's stupid is what it was.
You know, I have a personal story why I hated Star Trek. It was because my favorite babysitter loved it, and because he paid all kinds of attention to us until Star Trek came on. And then we had to be quiet and sit down, like STFU, basically. So I hated it. But me and my sister did get into Next Generation, when it started
It's a good
playing.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, you have good character development, good logical plot progression. I mean, there are some stinker episodes, but you're going to get that with any episodic series. You're going to get that. But there are some absolute gems. And the guy who played, I forget the actor's name, but the guy who played Moriarty in Star Trek, the fact that we never got he never played Moriarty in any Sherlock Holmes movie is a crime against humanity. Because he was perfect.
Well, that's something that I probably should go back and watch again. I did start rewatching X-Files because I realized I hadn't seen it from beginning to end ever. And I'm like, oh, well,
Right.
they're streaming now.
That's a good one.
Once I started doing it, though, my husband started doing research. He's like, you should skip this one and skip this one. People say they're throwaway episodes. I'm like, no, I just want to watch it, even including all the stinkers from the beginning to end. So I'll put Next Generation on my list, too.
It's a good one. Deep Space Nine is absolutely, that one's a gem as well. That's how you write a war story in a TV series. I break it up.
Would most Trekkies agree with that? Or is it kind of hated in certain circles?
No, it's not hated. It is divisive, though. Star Trek is, Star Trek nerddom is really divisive. I used to play Star Trek tabletop role-playing game with one of the guys who was a continuity editor for the 25th anniversary and the 30th anniversary.
Oh, how fun is that?
It was fun. He was a walking he was a walking guide to everything Star Trek. He memorized he had memorized all of Starfleet's general orders. So if we ever needed to know what a regulation was, what would Starfleet do? We knew. It was super fun playing with them.
I can imagine. But anyway, regarding the divisiveness, though.
Nerds.
Oh, just
Go
nerds.
fig. Nerds,
Yeah.
go fig.
Yeah. Say no more. I think I know what you mean, but you probably know much better than I, because I'm not a nerd.
Yeah, it's the same thing if, DC Comics nerds, Batman versus Superman, or Flash versus Superman, who's faster, right? Or Marvel fans and whatever they have going on.
All right. Well, let's do your favorite food and favorite beverage.
My favorite food. Chicken fried steak. Smothered and covered. I like that. I like that peppered sausage gravy on top with shredded sharp cheddar cheese, diced white onion.
Okay, so is that something something that fried? Because it is definitely super fried. Do you try to stay away from it? Or you hell no?
Yeah. No, I do stay away from it. That is pure garbage. But it's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I do
healthy
love food. I'll nosh a salad. I will destroy a salad, and I won't even need much more than balsamic vinaigrette and olive oil and a little pepper and salt.
We got a Nerds gift dropped on us by Cosmic Grandpa. I think you missed it. I don't know if you saw that.
I missed it. No.
That's
Nerds.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. You need ogre. You need ogre going nerds.
Yeah, so I do a weekly stream with Doc Blaylock, and they're all nerds. Well, no, I've got 2 nerds. Me and Doc are kind of cool. The other guys are, but I'm like, I need that stinger. I also need it in here for basically this segment that we're doing right now. Nerds. Well, okay, so your beverage. Do you drink? Do you drink alcohol?
Yeah, occasionally. Alcoholic beverage. I like a good Bushmills Black Label or Jameson Blue Label. I'm an Irish whiskey guy. I mean, well, my last name is Duggan, so it's about as Irish as it gets.
I prefer bourbon.
Bourbon's delicious too.
Yeah.
But I love a good, smooth Irish whiskey that goes down like liquid fire, but like a cool breeze when you're done,
Yeah, I got
alcohol evaporation
a while ago, and I'm kind of surprised I didn't kill it faster. But I had bought my boss a $90 bottle of Irish whiskey, real nice bottle of whiskey. But then I decided to quit, and then so I kept it for myself, and I drank it over a course of a year. I'm like, this is our good whiskey.
Yeah. No, good whiskey ain't cheap. As for non-alcoholic beverages, mountain spring water. Like, I used to be an avid backpacker, and I would trade it for all the Mountain Dew in the world. Just one more steel canteen full of freshly filtered mountain spring water. It's just, I don't know. There's something about it. Maybe it's the mineral content.
That sounds fun. To find your own spring. I know I've got them in my area.
I used to go up the Sheep's Head Trail in Los Angeles. That's in the San Bernardino Wilderness, and there's a wonderful little spring that runs up there, and it's one of my favorite backpacking trips. Real short one. It's like 10 miles or something like that, but you can get lost in between, right? You just at about the 4 or 5 mile mark, just make that right turn at Albuquerque, or left turn, make a left turn and just wander off until you find the stream, find something uphill from that, set up camp, fresh spring water. I used to carry, a good 20, 30 gallons back with me to the car for miles. and just like keep that in my house.
I don't know if you know this. I am in the San Bernardino Mountains.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
you're up where they are near they have the turkey farm. That you see that I love that on the one road, and I forget the road it is. It says Boy Scout camp, right? And then the first thing you pass is a turkey farm, and I was like, man, Boy Scouts sure have changed since I was a kid.
I'm gonna have to ask you exactly where that is, because I don't think I've ever.
I'll bust out a map.
Okay.
I'll bust out. I don't even know if the turkey farm is still there, but because I haven't been backpacking in that area for, gosh, almost 20 years.
All right. I think Doc Blaylock is offended that one of your favorite beverages is mountain spring water.
Well, I mean that's my favorite non-alcoholic beverage.
Yeah. I love water, but I don't think I've ever had spring water. I mean, I might have had bottled spring water, but can you even guarantee that's actually spring water? I don't think so.
I mean, no, it's usually just filtered tap water with minerals added for flavor. But a lot of people don't know this, that Los Angeles has some of the cleanest water in the world up in the mountains. The San Bernardino Wilderness, San Gorgonian Wilderness, those springs are deep well aquifers. And so they come from deep, deep inside the mountains where the dwarves live. So it has all the best dwarf urine. Yeah, the humans need more water.
I'm sure that adds to the flavor profile as well.
Probably does. It's probably the secret. I might need help.
There's no badder ass dwarves than Southern California dwarves. Just
it's true.
In case you didn't know. So I don't even know where you live. Are you still west of the Rockies?
I am. No. I mean, I grew up in California. I lived in Los Angeles for nearly 20 years. But these days we bought a home in Illinois. So
okay.
I live in the middle of Illinois. We're homeowners, and we're happy for it.
Very good. So you, well, you said near 20 years. So that sounds to me like you turned an adult and then left.
No. I actually was born and raised in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I spent most of my childhood. I mean, we moved around a lot when I was younger, but I spent my formative years living in Pacifica, which is just south of San Francisco, right on the coast.
Ooh, did you have fun?
Oh, absolutely.
I can imagine. In those days, San Francisco was wonderful.
Oh, and the underground comics. I mean, that's where R. Crumb built underground comics, you know. And he lived there until he moved out of country. And the Haight-Ashbury district, before it was co-opted by weirdos, the weirdos that used to live there were really awesome. Before they gentrified the hippies. Sad days. But no, the underground comic scene up there, the comic scene is absolutely fantastic. It was vibrant when I was a kid. Absolutely loved it. And then we moved to Los Angeles when I was right before I turned 17. And
bummer.
I promptly moved out of my parents' house. I had a job. I was like, I'm done.
Okay.
Done.
All right. Well, then on that note, your favorite band. This one is my favorite question.
Yeah, and I rarely listen to them, so that way they stay my favorite band, The Police.
Oh.
Yeah, Synchronicity is my favorite album. I absolutely love it, and I very rarely go back to it, so that way I don't get burnt out. I don't want to get burnt out.
To be honest, I don't know if I've ever listened to an entire Police album, beginning to end. I think all I know is probably just their hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like it. Because I like their hits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I love it. And my favorite song for them is Synchronicity Part 2. That's a wild wild song.
All right. Well, note taken. Star Trek Next Generation, putting that on my list, and listening to some Police albums beginning to end. Thank goodness for Spotify for allowing us to do that kind of stuff.
It's worth
You
a
know?
subscription fee to get rid of the ads. I mean, my personal opinion. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like the radio, but better.
Yeah. However, Pandora. Do you remember Pandora?
Pardon me. Yeah. I was in...
Better. It way better in
Yeah.
its algorithm. What it fed it Pandora, after about 2 months of me, building playlists and stuff like that, it knew me. It was like
Yeah.
my boyfriend, basically. Spotify has never been that way. It really feeds me a bunch of junk.
Yeah.
I'm like, you suck, Spotify. I really should go back to Pandora and just start listening to that again.
I like Spotify because I get to take a chance. I love Pandora too. I used to have my Pandora account very well trained.
So you did too. Yeah. Why am I feeling sad? Like I'm missing something that actually still exists?
Because it needs a visit.
I think it does need a visit. I'm gonna go check
That's
it
my
out.
opinion.
All right. Well, let's be done with nerdcore. I'm sorry, fanboy, for us, and because you came here for a reason, and it was beyond.
I did.
Just, yeah, you did. You have something to promote, or actually, maybe even. I think you even came more for the segments, but you do have something to promote, and that's Neon Revenant.
I do. Yeah. No, from the masterful mind of King Leek. Let me. I gotta switch gears here. So Shazam! All right, there we go. Got a little promo picture.
Yeah, we'll get you bigger. All right, what do you want to say about this at this moment, since you seem completely prepared?
Oh, I absolutely love this. I was actually a fan before I got hired on to do the internal artwork. I really liked the character. I liked the idea that we could have a compelling female lead without her being an insufferable girl boss or woke tard or any of that stuff, just like society needs more Ellen Ripleys. It needs more Perfect 10s, Perfect 10 from Dave Brink. Go check him out. It really does. Girls need heroes too. And guys need a waifu that is actually worth a damn. Just putting out, especially in today's simpware fueled AI culture.
Tank, I'm going to stop you right there though, because you said girls need right. So girls need and I'm not really arguing with you, but I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, please,
here.
Please go ahead.
Right. So you say girls need a hero, but also it's not girl boss. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Explain to me why girl boss is not good for girls and why that can't be the hero thing. Because I believe, isn't that kind of the propaganda that's fed to girls right now? Is like, girl boss, there's your freaking hero, girls.
Yeah, and it's because they're insufferable. They're unrealistic. They're unsustainable. They don't actually work in reality. Us guys, we have tons of awesome characters that fit into the competent man archetype, right? We've got Conan, we've got Buck Rogers, we've got Flash Gordon, we've got these guys, these male characters, Indiana Jones, we could list them for days. Us guys, we have all these characters that are competent men, given their set of skills, given a set of circumstances, and a certain amount of knowledge. They can competently accomplish a task.
So basically, it's kind of like realistic, but also fantastical a little bit.
Right. And then you get then you have fun characters like Alita or Ellen Ripley that are Perfect 10, which they have a certain innate set of skills and they realistically use them. Ellen Ripley takes the time to learn all the ins and outs of the combat rifle. I don't say assault rifle because there's no fucking thing is called an assault rifle. Pardon my language. Which, anyway, so she takes the time. She's a competent first officer. Now, granted, people go, oh, well, she's girl boss. It's like, no, she's in charge. She is the boss. But at the same time, it doesn't matter that she argues with Dallas. She does what Captain Dallas tells her to do up until his death, and then she takes charge. And she's large and in charge. I appreciate that. So, I really do like these characters that aren't girl boss, that, you could have somebody like Neon Revenant, who before her death, she was a competitive power lifter. She and her husband were both gym bros, they never missed leg day. She had 2 wonderful daughters. She's a mother. She was ex-military, active police officer. Her husband was active military. They both served their nation and their community. These are service characters. These are characters that find a calling greater than themselves, and they rise to the occasion. I like those characters. And so we need more.
Well,
and these girls... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but give us kind of the breakdown of the synopsis of the story, so we know what you're talking. Anybody that is new to it knows what you're talking about.
So, I keep mispronouncing her last name, so I'm not going to say it. Irene was a loving mother, veteran, police officer, and wife, until one day she and her family were gunned down by mafiosos. She comes back from the dead with superpowers to avenge her fallen family. Hell hath no fury such as a mother's vengeance.
All right, and yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And one of the great things that I love about the script here, and I'm not spoiling anything or revealing anything, is that in the early stage, yeah, she's badass, she's brutal, all this other cool stuff. But she's going about it all wrong. And she learns, right? She becomes, she grows. She starts off really more or less like an anti-villain. The bad guy who's like Punisher, people go Punisher's an anti-hero. I'm like, no, he's an anti-villain. He does bad, naughty things in the name of good, right? Batman is an anti-hero. He breaks the rules, but he's consummately a good guy. Punisher is an anti-villain. So she starts off the story, as a normal person, not a hero, not a villain. Well, she's a good person, so she leans more towards the hero side of things. She's an honorable
and she's buff.
Yeah, and she's real muscle mama material, right? With the mommy milkers, as the kids like to say.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah, that is actually a term.
Really?
She's a muscle mama with mommy milkers. Meaning
you're
that,
you're like polling your children. What would you call her?
I mean, she's buff, she's got big muscles, but she's still a woman, she's still feminine. She still has her girly girl moments, she's not just, she's not a flannel and a comfortable pair of shoes away from the Rainbow Bridge. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She's a woman. And that's, one of the, I'll get to the editors, but that's one of the reasons why, for the story, King Leek, got Red Valkyrie, who is active duty military. She's a girly girl, but she's also tough as nails. And that's why she's one of the editors, to make sure that this character is believable, that this character can pass muster. That's just smart, So, but, like I say, she starts off the anti-villain, but she does become the hero. She does become a hero. Anti-hero along the lines of Batman. But in the beginning, she's like Punisher. I barely know her.
I think I saw you post that on Twitter somewhere. I'm like, I love identifying and calling out all your repeated jokes.
I do have a few memes. Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
Okay. So here's the thing. I love having illustrators on. It doesn't happen enough. I thought it would, kind of networking in the indie comic community. I talk to a lot of writers, so I get to talk to
Right.
them about how they work with their illustrators. But I'd love to know, because you're working with Rock Hard Comics, and as far as like me, like kind of scrolling your Twitter, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. It looks like you've been kind of working on this project for a couple years. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah.
You have?
No.
Oh, no, I am wrong. Okay.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Oh, okay.
The script has been through the ringer. It started off over 70 pages, nearly 80 pages long. It got boiled down to 57 pages. The story was made more concise. It's a very DC Comics kind of script that I have in front of, well, not in front of me directly, but in front of me, so to figuratively. And very, very polished, very nicely done. And then I had, a move. I had ups and downs. King Leak had a little bit of ups and downs. So we, instead of like launching and funding and delivering late, we were like, you know what? It's better to just launch late and deliver on time and make sure that we have done, because this is, you only get one first impression, and we don't want that impression to be of the book is late and it's a substandard product. No, we want to come out swinging. We want to come out of the gates hard. Right now, we're in the official pre-production stage of.
That's what she said.
With the French tickler, even. We want to make sure that this is good and that things are consistent. So right now we're in pre-production stage. So kind of like, let me go tab over to this. Kind of like I have here, because I was really hoping that the character design sheet would be done for Neon Revenant, but I made a few mistakes. Editors kicked it back, said fix this, fix that, and I'm like, yokai. It's Japanese for Roger. And
Nerd.
Yeah, dude. Weeb. So much like I have this Scalpel Zero reference sheet in front of me, we're developing all the character references to make sure that I've got all the details right, that everything stays consistent throughout the book, because details matter. There are details inside the book where, wait a minute, in that previous scene, and this is not an actual example, but along the lines of, in the previous scene, he was wearing a blue tie. Why is it a green tie now? Right. There will be little details in there where attention to detail is key, because there's a story hidden inside the story, and that's another thing that has attracted me to this wonderful project. So,
all right. Yeah, very good. So thank you for stepping all over my question, Tank.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. This was not the mansplain segment. That's coming.
I apologize. I get really, I may be a little bit passionate about this project.
Well, obviously, and that. Thank you for segueing back to like my original thought and why I wanted to talk about this with you. Okay. So you're working with Rock Hard Comics, who is who again?
That is King Leak.
King Leak. So
yes.
Obviously you're passionate about the script and what's going on. Did you guys previously like have a relationship and decide to work on this together, or did he throw a script at you? Like, I'd love to know how this came to be, the relationship.
He had some concept art that he was showing off over on X. And I was a big fan. I was like, dude, this is cool, man. Heck yeah. No, we need more. We need more of this. We need some more realistic characters, because at the time there was a big She-Hulk controversy because she looked like a man, and the physique was all wrong. She looked like a roided out steroid girl,
Yeah.
a roid Rhonda, as I like to say.
Has that already been a few years? The
It
She-Hulk thing?
has.
God,
It has.
time flies.
And um, so I really liked that somebody was making an effort to make a feminine beefcake. Because I like Instagram, and I look at a lot of fitness influencers and stuff like that, because as an artist, that's my reference, right? If I want to go find a specific build, I know that I can go look at the fitness influencers over on Instagram, and go find somebody for that's perfect reference, that is their whole life is sculpting their body exactly the way they want it. And and her physique is based off of a handful of real life women that don't have square jaw. They have pretty
Right.
faces.
On another stream, and I found this super fascinating,
Mm-hmm.
it was the fact that, of course, you as an artist, you need to go out looking for reference. And when I had heard you were doing this, I had
Mm-hmm.
to ask, you know, how many times were you grossed out in your scrolling?
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh yeah. I I might need my safety blanket. Where's Linus's blanket? I took it from that kid. No, for real. They're roid rondas. That's when the phrase just popped into my head. This is a roid ronda. They're obviously on human growth hormone. They've got plumbism. That's where like the gut starts sticking out. They've got the square jaw, and they're like, no, I'm all natural. Yeah, just like the Liver King. You're so full of it. But then you find then you find because it's genetics. Like, let's be real. To get a physique like that, not only does it take hard work, but a lot of it is genetics as well. So if you don't have the genetic coding in your body for, pop and muscle physique, you could work out all you want. You're not going to look like that fantasy image, right? There are people who are built like superheroes that don't do roids or anything of the sort. They just exercise. But it's rare. Everybody else has to do the roids. Otherwise,
Right.
it wouldn't be a thing.
Well, you had mentioned, the whole square jaw thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine any man being attracted to that unless they are, kind of closeted.
Yeah, they are most likely definitely light in the loafers, as it were.
Yeah. Well, tell me, Tank, do you like a fat ass?
Well, I appreciate woman bits, but my wife has none, and this is the last time you've seen me alive. Now that I have said that, but then again, she'll be one to admit it as well. That she's top heavy, but I didn't marry her for her looks, because everybody gets old and gets ugly.
Oh my God, that is the comic she's killing you for.
Yep.
You're like,
I told
I'm
you
dead.
this last time you saw me alive.
I'm dead anyways.
Might as well ham it up.
Well, and Aaron Moriarty says his ex-wife was a Yeti.
Love it.
And I'm thinking Vulcan's just laughing at your future death.
Yeah, so's Frederick.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, both of them, right in a row.
That's okay. A few weeks ago, she was in the kitchen without her shoes on and making a sandwich, and I looked at her and I was like, "Honey, are we expressing some internalized misogyny?" And she stopped and she looks down at her feet, looks at the sandwich in her hands, and just starts dying laughing. That's why I married her, because she's able to take it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, that actually is a short columnist article in Flip City is talking. It's basically a dude talking to his wife about how he can make the best sandwich. Prove me wrong. you know? And the thing is, like, I actually do love making a good sandwich for my husband. He gets so happy. And I'm like, this is how you freaking show love and keep a marriage strong. Make the husband a sandwich, give him sex once in a while. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
And it does
And
not matter if you have all the squishy bits.
And you know, in the kitchen, we are like, I like to tell the world that my wife and I are the world's best tag team. Because in the kitchen, you know, I rule the stovetop, she rules the oven. And when we're the rarity that our schedules align, that we can both be in the kitchen cooking at the same time, the winners are the kids, man. I mean, they get a gourmet meal.
I can imagine.
Yeah, because see, I like fine dining. I used to eat it, you know, speaking of Los Angeles area, Delmonico's, Kate Manalini's, Castaways, right? Those are like three of my favorite, the London. Those are like four of my favorite restaurants in Los Angeles. Even though the London doesn't exist anymore, Ramsay shut it down. But I like fine dining. And I am not that level of cook, but I'm good. I make yummy food. My kids, I make them a cheddar risotto. It'll curl your toes. And they call it cheesy rice. They have no idea.
I've never made a risotto.
Oh, it's super easy. It just, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you got it, oh, you've got it. And it comes out perfect every time.
It really is on the list. Because, you know, that's the great thing about enjoying cooking, especially when you're cooking for other people, you know, is to get those props. And I think risotto is probably next on the list. Another thing, although we don't have a great oven, so I probably wouldn't, but I do want to do souffle.
Yeah, no, I don't have an oven for that. I've got an old model that's wibble wobbly. No souffle is surviving, and my kitchen vibrates because every time somebody steps, because I've got 2.5 teenage boys. The youngest is turning 13 next year, and you swear that they were raised by elephants.
How many kids do you have, Tank?
6.
Oh my God! Keep it in your pants, man.
Hey, I'm not a huge fan of potatoes. I don't drink very much, so I had to keep Irish stereotypes alive somehow.
That's a lot. Well, congratulations. You know, I mean, people do not have those sizes of family anymore. And you homeschool, don't you?
Yeah.
Which, props to you. I'd love to know why. Why did you decide to homeschool?
Mom and I are academics.
Also, I'm feeling very awkward here being giant screen. Can you switch back to like...
Oh, yeah, I apologize. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
No.
I'm like,
I'm looking at the camera. I'm not even paying attention.
My head's giant.
Ooh,
so...
wrong one. There we go.
There we go.
Pay no attention to the little man behind the curtain. There, feel better? Listen, Power Rangers. Rita Repulsa is going to launch another monster.
This is the only time, by the way, this is the only time in my entire life I get to boss men around is on my stream. So thank you for playing along, sir.
I love games. Fun games are fun.
All right. Anyway, so why homeschooling your kids? What made you decide you were going to do that?
Well, my wife made the National Dean's List 4 years in a row. She went to college for 3 years. Right? So, and I graduated high school when I was 14. We're nerds. We love academics. And public school, we can't afford a private school. We can rarely afford a tutor. So, and public school is garbage. It's pure garbage. All my kids' friends, they don't retain anything. They're barely functionally literate. It's really heartbreaking, actually. And we want our kids to be able to apply what they've learned. We don't mind teaching, social studies, which is a philosophy. All right, that's a philosophy class, so you have to cover it from lots of different angles. But they don't teach civics anymore, so we have to teach them civics. They teach you 2 + 2 = 5. You bigot. That's not math. Math is one of the few subjects where you're going to get a definitive answer, right? They don't teach proper science. They don't teach proper English or literature or grammar, structure, any of these things. We want our kids to not only pass a test, which they do, because we go through the federally certified homeschooling programs like CAVA and K-12, right? We want our kids to be able to apply that in their life. When my kids are walking around the kitchen and they're converting fractions in their head, there's no bigger pride.
Right.
When they pick up a book and they're like, oh, I love this. And it's a prose novel, intended for a reading level that's actually above theirs, but they're given a go at it. And when they run across a word they don't understand, they go to the dictionary and use it for its intended purpose. Right?
Which was looking up the actual meaning of faggot?
Yeah, that's right. Huge bundle of sticks. Or small bundle of sticks. Apologies. So, not quite a bunch. Yeah, no, for real. They get it. When I use the joke of, well, if you're looking for sympathy, it's in the dictionary between spit and syphilis. And they get to go and they finish their school. Now, granted, they have more school time at home during the day than their peers do. But when their friends get home from school, I tell my kids, all right, go over to the neighbor's house, go bug them for a while, go have fun, go play with your friends, go build your social stuff up.
Right.
And I also want them to succeed in college or vocational school, whatever they decide they want to do. Right. I want them to succeed at that. Like I tell them, I'm like, look, your career is somewhere inside the Venn diagram intersection of things you like to do, things that pay money, and things that won't get you in trouble if you did them in public. It took a while for my middle daughter to find her way, but she's becoming a tattoo artist. And I'm like, that's actually a really safe profession to have, because people are always going to want tattoos.
Do you think so? I almost feel like, just because the pendulum and shit like that,
right.
I'm like, because tattoos are out of control these days. Like everybody's tattooed head to freaking toe these days.
Right.
I'm like, is it going to be where like it's the most punk rockish thing to not have tattoos?
Well, I mean, people of all across all the political spectrums get tattoos. I mean, she's done Christian tattoos, she's done pagan tattoos, she's done family names, hearts, all the regular flash stuff. She does custom order stuff, and it pays really well. People pay good money for that. Even in this economy, like, tattoo artists are still thriving. I mean, they're not rock stars like they were before Bidenomics, but they're still making a healthy living. And plus, she's got a real job on the side that supplements this as she continues to get her certifications and all the other fun stuff.
Yeah, no,
She's smart about it.
I didn't mean to like down.
No,
your daughter's success, but that's been something that's been on my mind, because tattooing, people getting tattoos is like insanity. I am proudly blank skinned, and I'm like,
same.
I really, even though you were military.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, actually, I've got her lined up to give me my first tattoo. My wife's getting her first tattoo from her. I mean, we're both in our 40s, so we're like, you know what? We've made our careers at this point. My wife is an award-winning ghostwriter and editor for books. We won't go into that.
For things she uses.
She uses a pen name for a reason, okay? But she's really good at it. And her specialties are action scenes and dialogue. Not the bump bump.
I was just going to say, action, wink, wink.
Yeah, no, real action, like dynamic, kia. Yeah, she's really good at it. She actually helps me out a lot. And me, I've done construction most of my life, and I've been in business management after my body was racked from Iraq. Anyway, I went into management after that, and I recently got back into commercial art. So tattoos are fine. We'll go ahead and get our tattoo now.
All right. Well, you do it. I think my mother who raised us to never, like, it was one of her things, like, don't smoke and don't get tattoos. I listened to one of them. Right.
Right. Mom. Hey, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. We're halfway there.
Yeah. I think she had a midlife crisis and decided to get a couple tattoos at, basically your age. And I was like, what the hell? But I thank my mother for kind of instilling that in me. No tattoos. Because my sister ignored her and ended up getting a hilarious thing. She ended up getting a crooked tramp stamp tribal tattoo on a bet.
Oh, that's too much. Oh, that's too much. That's so good. That's so
good. It is so good. It was crooked tribal tramp stamp. Before the tramp stamp, became a thing. Oh, darling. But yeah, she quit smoking, so I'll give her the props.
Hey, there we go. Right.
Anyway, all right. So, Tank, I know you've been chomping the bit all freaking night to mansplain to me, and I do have a burning question for you. So, let's. Damn, I want a beer so bad, but I'm stuck here with you.
It's okay. I'll dance and keep everybody entertained while you go grab yourself one.
This is what's going to happen. We're going to get into mansplain. You may start mansplaining without me, but it's literally like a 5-second each way walk. So let's get into mansplain. Cosplay that stinger, and I'm going to ask you my burning question.
There is something called mansplaining. Have you heard about this?
We know what mansplaining is.
Mansplaining is when a man will condescendingly explain something to a woman that she already knows.
Did you ever watch that show?
No, but I've seen that clip before, and I absolutely love it.
It is so good. That's a recommended show. Watch it. It is Silicon Valley. It's
Silicon Valley. Okay. I'll check it out.
Silicon Valley. Go check that out. Okay. So you love, kind of as your own personal tagline on social media, being your friendly neighborhood force multiplier. First, and I think I know, he heard me. I have the most wonderful husband. He brought me.
Oh, dude.
I don't have
to Keep her. Dude, it's Headless Bourgeoisie. Did you know that he communicates on the internet via Google Translate?
What? Say again.
Sorry. He communicates on the internet via Google Translate.
Is he doesn't speak English?
No, Google Translate.
What's Google Translate? Okay, that's a joke. Please tell me that's an original one.
It is an original one, yeah.
Yay! You've got another meme. You've got another meme.
Yeah, no, I would love it, dude. If Headless used that as a joke in any chat, I would probably pee myself laughing.
Oh man. See, I just thought you called Google gurgle. All right, cool.
See, George Peter Gatsas isn't the only one who gets to make bad jokes.
You're the like I can imagine, especially homeschooling, that you are kind of the king of dad jokes too. Bad dad jokes.
Yeah. Well, puns are important because, developmentally speaking, because they help us. They help us do with comparison, objective comparison, right? So, as bad as they are, if you don't get it after you understand the terminology, right? The logic, it's not working right.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
I really appreciate that you added the sound effect for me, so I didn't hear in the wind, like spinning the wind. Like, I still don't get it. I appreciate that. Anyway, thank you for mansplaining that to me, but that wasn't.
You're welcome, Toots.
So we're gonna talk about force multiplying and why it's so important, and why you've decided to kind of add that to like your own like internet mystique. So number one, what is force multiplying? Let's start there, and then we'll go.
All right. Well, all right. Listen, Dollface. Let me explain this to you. So, force multiplying is when you take any kind of effort going out there, something somebody's trying to do, something that they want to accomplish, and you assist in that, right? But you don't do it. You don't do it for fame. You don't do it for recognition. You do it because it needs the assistance. I mean, come on now.
All right. And why?
Because I can. I actually like to create a positive environment. I mean, why not?
It's free, right?
It's free. A little kindness. I mean, come on now. You got to know this. A little kindness is free. But it's a treasure and priceless at the same time.
Well, I'm a woman, kindness and, giving it away for free. My mother warned me against that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, you create the environment you live in. I want an environment where people help each other, where people are generally good to each other, where people aren't afraid to, politely call each other out on their bullshit.
Oh, I didn't realize you were also calling people out on bullshit. Because force multiplication, I just always thought was, somebody has a thing going on, you're retweeting it.
Right. Well, and sometimes I'm like, hey, stop spamming tweets of crap you like. Like for real. You got to interact with people on the internet. You want interaction, you got to give it first. It's just like respect, Toots. You want it, you got to get it.
All right. So basically what I'm hearing from you is I need to comment more.
Yeah. Aren't you a smart one? I tried.
I'm like, I might start getting offended here in a second.
Good.
It is what I have been wishing for in mansplaining. I'm like, come on, go far enough to the point where I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yes.
To tell you the truth, tomorrow night when I go on the whole Coctagon thing, I'm gonna be as outrageous as possible. It'd be a total bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping people get it. I'm like, please get it. No.
Sometimes you got to break character to remind people that it is character.
Do you think so?
Only occasionally.
I think I will. I don't want to because here's the thing, and you can, because we're in mansplaining, you can correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think a big problem in comedy on kind of the conservative side is too much explanation of a joke.
Oh
Like,
God,
people
no,
should
dude.
understand.
Yeah, no,
Like, this is so
100%.
outrageous. This can't be real.
No, for real. Like, if you have to explain the joke, it wasn't funny to begin with.
Right. Okay. I that gives me a good guiding force of, like, how to deal with it.
And
Because
that's
I
one of the
really, I
things.
don't,
Sorry.
I really don't want people pissed off at me, but
Mhm.
I also want them kind of scratching their heads, like, should I be mad?
Hey, and if you lose because of that, know that the joke was so damn good that you gotta dial it back a little bit next time.
But I plan on winning.
Yeah, dude, there is no according, dude. The turn. Have you seen the poll, the straw poll?
Of course, I obsessively watch it.
And you're raffle stomping the competition, so
I actually only think that's because I've campaigned a little bit on it. I'm like, come on, you guys, go vote for me.
well, I mean, isn't it all a popularity contest?
It did
The
make
internet.
it did make me feel kind of good. Because I've been told I'm somewhat popular and that people
Mhm.
like me, and I'm like, really? They do? They really like me? That whole
You like me.
Sally Field thing.
You really like me.
It's like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, people are just getting out there. They're just starting to get to know you and whatnot. And that's one of the things is like when you've got less than, say, 50,000 subscribers, nobody knows who you are. Well, spoiler, if you have less than 1 million subscribers, people still don't know who you are. And if you have less than 5 million subscribers, chances are people don't know who you are.
No, not that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if any of this audience has never heard of the following people, like the Fat Electrician or Habitual Line Stepper. Or
I don't
the
know
Slow
either
Motion
of them.
Guys. Or Ballistic High Speed. Tau Flater Mouse. All of these people have more than 1 million subscribers.
Tank, how old are you?
I'm 48.
Okay, you're 48, so we're the same age, pretty much.
Okay.
I think I have a year on you, but okay. So
Really, I thought you were
do you
29.
remember?
Right answer.
Exactly. You obviously have a very successful marriage.
My mother taught me well.
Absolutely. I mean, that is really all you need with a woman is like telling her she looks much younger than she actually is. But okay, so you remember back in the 90s and stuff where, and you were talking like right at the beginning of the show about underground comics and how it was the shit in San Francisco and things like that. Here's the thing. That seems to be very lost, but you're also so active in like the independent comic scene. You might have to have a different viewpoint. It seems to me like it's of very, very little interest to a huge segment of people to want to find the unknown. Even more so than it was back in the 90s. It was kind of cool to like want to find the unknown. But now it's like, oh, you're lame if they don't have 5 million followers. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. The comic industry is in the pits. Underground comics back in the late 80s, early 90s really did benefit from from the rising popularity of Marvel and DC. Like DC just finished Crisis on Infinite Earth, had to launch a whole bunch of passing of the torch titles as well. So they really shook things up. Claremont, Silvestri, Jim Lee, all these guys are becoming. We have the birth of the rock star artist, the rock star writer in comics, and indie comics, underground comics, really did benefit from that. I feel that they really did benefit from that because we get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we got Sam and Max. They ran a whole TV series. The comics totally not for kids, but the show was kind of. Hold on one second. Got the Tick, got the Freakazoid, Flaming Carrot. You got all that. You get Liquid Television on MTV. And we started getting
120 minutes
Mm-hmm.
on MTV. You know,
you started having this because the Gen Xers were starting to come of age, right? You got young Jon Stewart and Kurt Loder and all these other folks that were really bringing the underground, the counterculture stuff to the mainstream. Counterculture became mainstream for a little bit.
Ooh. If you have a thought, finish that up.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I have a question.
Yeah. So, and right now, like, one, it's really not a thing of people don't read. People read. There are more. I would say comic book. I would count manga as comics because it's not all just big eyes, small mouths, right? There's a lot of variants of styles. There are realistic looking styles. There are more comic booky looking styles, you know. But there are more comic book readers now than there have ever been. They're not interested in Western comics because the stories are lackluster, and the good stories don't get the attention they should because the mainstream is so lackluster.
All right. I will change my question because how, obviously, you are a manga fan and things like that.
I do enjoy a good one, yeah.
Do you, number one, do you believe there is a future, like, kind of like bringing people back into Western comics from the manga scene? Or is it all manga? From now on?
No. People just want good stories. They want stories that move forward. They want stories that when they end, it's over. They want character. What they're looking for is character growth, interpersonal dynamics. They want people who are flawed but capable. Even if they're larger than life. Like, one of the big things that the Dragon Ball fan base will say that, like, you know, Goku, yeah, he's the ultimate fighter. Like, nothing can beat him because he'll overcome any challenge. But boy, is he a terrible husband and father. Right? He's a flawed character. Saitama, One Punch Man. This is a guy who should be aesthetic, that, you know, he gets to be a hero for fun. But he lives in perpetual boredom because he's basically Superman. You know, if he reaches out and touches something, it explodes and dies. But still, he can't kill that one fly that buzzes around his apartment.
That right there, to me, is the epitome of manga, right? Is that one fly that buzzes around. Like, that's so comical, but also seems very Asian.
Yeah, it is a very Asian thing. Pardon me. The you know, and people, honestly, the big thing is like, you know, and I look at Weldon. He writes. He's the artist for Punchline. I forget who the writer is for Punchline, but Punchline's on, like, they're in double digits on their issues. They're getting out there. And, you know, I've got a lot of Comicsgate fans out there. Shout out, hail Comicsgate. But, you know, I feel like sometimes they're blinded by their upsetness. I don't want to call it anger or hatred because that's not the right term. They're just not happy with things like Common America. But it's like, dude, it's a success because the content comes out. It comes out. It's consistent, and it's. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fan service in there, but the story moves forward, and the fans love talking about. Oh, look, we talk about Batman and Superman, Spider-Man, Silver Surfer. We talk about these amazing characters with enriching stories, and they've got thousands of issues. It doesn't take 1,000 issues though. If it does, like there's one guy out there. I like his book, looks good, but he took until issue 3 to put together the team that is the title of the book. Like, look, at that point, just release a graphic novel. You know,
Right.
don't release these floppies. Put out a good book, plus digests.
All
Marvel
right.
and DC. Sorry, go ahead.
Uh,
Because I could
Yeah,
ramble. Go.
I am going to cut you off because you're going to go into Marvel and
Mm-hmm.
DC and everything, and I have a
Mm-hmm.
joke
Mm-hmm.
to make. I have a joke
Okay.
to make. But it also comes with a question. So you had mentioned something about thousands of issues and also Comicsgate, which has
Mm-hmm.
thousands of issues. I'd love for you in Mansplain Corner here, Mansplain segment, to tell me, to boil down the thousands of issues in Comicsgate into what the main issue is and how to fix it. How do we fix it, Tank? Because
Focus on the.
it's a
Oh,
it's a fucking
yeah.
positive thing, Comicsgate,
No,
right?
absolutely. I love CG, man. For real, I really do. I've been in and around Comicsgate since its inception. I remember I used to hang out with Angleton and all those guys, right, back in the day. And I remember when EVS threw his hat in the ring, and I remember when I was part of the crowd that was like, dude, Peter Simeti, come over to Comicsgate, come over to Comicsgate. Like, these people will accept you. They don't give a shit how you voted. They just want to see your good books. And I think the real issue is not with, people would say, oh, conflict market. Dude, that's the internet, right? Welcome to the internet. It may appear that it's gotten civilized, but it's still the Wild West. It's just the U.S. Marshals are in town and they're keeping things regulated. Really what it is and people are going to call me out on this, getting your stories out. Get them out there. Get them in front of people. Get them out there as quickly and in as good a quality as you can. Build up that base of story. Complete a story arc. Complete a story arc, and get into digests, right? The number one selling format of comic book isn't the floppy. It's not the trade paperback. It's the paperback book. It's the digest. Why spend $15 to $35 on a floppy, or $20 to $50 on a trade paperback, when you could just go to your local book retailer, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Walmart, and go pick up a comic book digest that's 250 pages for $13, $15.
Interesting.
And Timothy Olsen, right, who's very vocal against Comicsgate. But one of the things that he's doing that, and I'm still pals with him. It's like, look, you don't have to like what I like, as long as we can. It's like, God rest his soul, Charlie Kirk, man. As long as we can sit down and talk, that's all I really care about.
Hell yes.
And we vehemently disagree. Like, I'm a huge EVS fan. I love Cyberfrog. He is on the opposite side of that. But we can sit down and we can talk about Melvin and how he's gone through Critical Blast to utilize Ingram Spark, the world's largest publisher, Penguin, Random House, all these big book publishers, they go through Ingram Spark to print and distribute their books. Pardon me. And how he's gotten his book on Amazon and he's making sales. He's getting it out there. He gets into the storefronts. He gets into the general market. And that's where a lot of everybody needs to go. That should be your end game. Like I was saying earlier on the Dawn stream, I did a research into all these wonderful games that funded so much money, and they're just absolutely beautiful over on GameFound. And they're not on store shelves. They've funded, they've fulfilled, and they evaporated.
Right.
And it's because, dude, like George Peter Gatzis says, crowdfunding is not the market. That's where you get the resources to go to the market.
Right. Do you think it might be like kind of a like a cultural problem in the in the crowdfunding scene that people are like, okay, this is where it ends. I got funded, I delivered, and then plenty of people that did that don't then try to move forward to get into distribution, or it's just too overwhelming. Like what's the disconnect there?
I think there are three major factors that I observe going on in that. One is inexperience in publishing and management, or holding to outdated business models that are pre-21st century electronic information age. Not knowing how to get out into that market. Number two would be hubris. No, I'm going to save that one for last because that's probably the biggest one. The second one would be a lack of confidence. Maybe I see a lot of folks that are like, well, local comic shops are dying, and I didn't fund as big as the person. My penis isn't as big as that guy over there's. So I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to crowdfund my next book and hopefully build up something, right? With no end game.
Right.
The third, and probably the biggest barrier to this breaking out, is hubris. No, I can do this via crowdfunding. I can build my base there, and I'm going to set it on this direct. I'm only going to do direct market. I can do this. I'm going to build my own base. I will look at me. Look at me. I am the new Rome now. I am the new Rome, right? There's that kind of thing, and I feel that mostly hurts them, but inadvertently it hurts the industry as a whole because I go to I'm not my low LCS in my town because that's a place where the college kids go to buy ironic gifts for their parents and where old comics go to die. But
sounds like a place for Flip City.
It's in the next town over, though. There is a viable comic store, and I've been in there. They have tons of indie titles. They only carry like a handful of the most popular names. Whatever flagship Superman title, Detective Comics, the X-Men, Spider-Man. They carry like the big flagship names that everybody knows. Basically, if it's had a movie made, they probably have an issue. They probably have the latest issue on the shelves. And then the other half of the comic book collection in there, hidden amongst all the Funko Pops and statuettes and Magic the Gathering cards, is indie titles. I see Iconic. I see Alterna there. I see indie companies I've never heard of. I've never seen a crowdfunder for this. These people went straight to market. And so I feel like I have to sneeze and it's driving me nuts. I apologize.
Well, if you want to sneeze, feel free to mute. And I will just highlight a couple of chats here because I can't be alone. So I thank Frederick Guillemont for saying Tank is leaning on the dark side of the Force Multiplier.
It's Guillemont.
I like to call him Guillemont. I like Guillemont for him.
I mean, I don't know. Sounds private, personal, and maybe in the realm of TMI.
I'll tell you something private and personal about Frederick. This thing that is happening tomorrow over on Bancroft's channel. He was invited to compete against me, and he bowed out. And I know it's because he's like, "Oh, Flip City's in the competition." Like, "Oh, sorry, I'm busy. Sorry, I'm busy." So, Frederick, I'll meet you on the next one.
That's right. He wants. Frederick is like that. Like Frederick, Jason Doobie of Scattered Comics.
He's Canadian.
Ray is happy. I mean, these are people. Dave Brink, Pops Van Zant. These are people that want to see success.
That
They
is
want to
true.
see people succeed. And contrary to popular belief, dude, EVS is a huge force multiplier out there. He brought back the Comicsgate live show just to help out Frederick and a couple other smaller creators get some
I
eyes on their
didn't
stuff.
know that.
Yeah. He brought them on just to get some eyes on their stuff. And he does this. I mean, he'll go back back and forth in between, like, I don't want to do it anymore. It just hurts too much, right? Or as Jack Kirby said, never get into comics, kid. It'll just break your heart. Because,
Listen.
Relationship sour. It sucks.
All right, listen.
Uh-oh.
We're about to leave not Conspiracy Corner, because we got to go into Conspiracy Corner.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get into Conspiracy Corner, because I think that's the only reason Frederick's still hanging around. You've sufficiently mansplained to me tonight, and I thank you so much.
Hey, I hope it was fun.
It was very fun. I specifically loved that you called me Toots and Darling. So if I ever do get to like cutting shorts and stuff like that, thank you. All right. So
before we do this, I need to go utilize the little Ferret's room. I've been chugging water all day.
Not spring water because you haven't hiked in a while. You
it's
fat
true.
motherfucker.
As my youngest says, Big Daddy Belly.
You go relieve yourself. I'm gonna hang out with the chat for a moment.
Right,
here.
I won't leave you alone though. You can have my space cadet waifu and a bunch of Scalpel Zeros keeping you company.
In fact, let's spotlight that while while Tank goes and uses the potty and whatever he needs to do. So Cosmic Grandpa here says the hippies kids aged in. Been watching for many years. That's really interesting. Because isn't that Gen X? Here's the thing with me in particular. I idolized the hippie movement, or things as a young Gen X person, but I've since realized that shit was a CIA operation. And it is true, Frederick, Tank does have a wealth of knowledge. I love that a tagline on Tank's social media is being your friendly neighborhood force multiplier, because that is something that we need a ton of in independent anything. I mean, I'm dabbling in the comics market, but there's a lot of independent creators outside of comics, and I think we'll have one very soon as an independent film creator. And then Frederick also says hippies were created to discredit the anti-war movement, and I think that's probably very, very true.
I'm going to agree with that statement, actually.
Yeah. And that's actually a perfect segue into Conspiracy Corner. So, Kaz, take us into the Conspiracy Corner. I lost my tinfoil hat, so I'm going naked tonight. They call it bareback.
I wanna live with a conspiracy girl. I could be prepping the rest of my life with a conspiracy girl.
Those weren't aliens.
Like I said, I'm going naked tonight because my dog did literally eat my tinfoil hat.
That's okay. My kids used the last of the tinfoil because I was gonna come in with like that very Weird Al-esque, paper hat kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then I went into the kitchen this morning, and I was like, dang it! I was like, hey son, Are we out of aluminum foil? He's like, yeah, no, I used the last of it last night to wrap up leftovers. And I'm like, okay. Just about put it on the grocery list. That sucks.
Yeah, so I'm actually really proud of you for not having like bacon grease or like, you know.
Oh yeah, no. I like this nice little woodland camo hat. It's very comfortable.
Are you a hunter?
No, I'm an angler.
I've never fished in my life.
Oh,
I still want
fishing.
to though.
I love fishing.
Anyway, so we're going in bald. We're going in
All
bald
right.
tonight into Conspiracy Corner. It don't matter. And Tank, because you're here and I've been meaning to update my wheel, I did it finally.
Ooh,
so
yay!
we're bringing up the new wheel.
Awesome.
And
ooh, look at that.
Isn't it so beautiful? There's a lot of topics on here.
Yeah, no, for real. I love the wheel because I would have analysis paralysis if I had to pick from a list.
Yeah, no.
I'm an angler Saxon.
I love that. All right. So you know the rules of the wheel, but I'll just say them out loud for anybody that's never been here before. You get 3 spins. You can choose topic 1 or 2 to stay with, but if you choose to spin a 3rd time, you're stuck with that topic, no matter what it is.
Okay.
You understand the rules because you know them. All right. Are you ready to spin the wheel?
Let's sausage.
Let's do it. I think I even extended. Oh my God. You made this up. You Tank. This was the whole reason I finally updated the wheel. And you said, add this. And I laughed my ass off. And you get, this is
everything's coming up Millhouse today.
Unprecedented. If you pass on this, I'm going to choke you.
No. I would like to talk about our creator and the inventor of trigonology, the great and mighty Yakub. Blessed be him. Peace be upon him. Rigged. So, yeah, there's I don't know if are you familiar with Yakub and the creation of the white race? Oh man, it's such a beautiful rabbit hole. I wish my buddy Spiko was here because he's more refreshed on it than I am right now. But basically, in the beginning, it was all black people, and Yakub had like really big head. Like he looked like one of them science fiction brain aliens. And he invented the white race through genetic manipulation and the demelanation bomb. I shit you not, this is real. People actually believe this. Return the map. Return what you have stolen. I'm out of big head jokes. Oh wait, show me what you got. There, now I'm out. Have you tried a bigger hammer? I like a bigger hammer.
All right. Okay, so tell us more. Tell us more about this.
All right. So this actually comes from I love America. We are so awesome. We are so awesome. So this actually comes from the Nation of Islam, a famously black supremacist religion invented by a white man. I'm not making a dang thing up here. So Yakub he had like, the big giant alien pulsing brain head, right, with like 2 brains worth of brain in it. And he invented the white man through the demelanization bomb. And he made them evil on purpose using the power of trickonology.
Trickonology.
Trickonology. This is why Nation of Islam people don't trust white people.
I've run into them at the gas station before, and they evil-eyed me out of there. I'm like, oh, I'm not getting gas here. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, and then, it's so racist. It's so bad. There's the space elevator of Babel. All right. Not a tower, space elevator, went all the way to the moon because that's where God is. God's on the moon. But it was destroyed, if I remember correctly, in the war between Muhammad and God.
Who's this white man that made this shit up? Do you know the name?
I forget his name. If I had known I was going to land on white privilege, I would have come prepared. I was ready for potpourri. So I'm caught. I'm caught.
But that was the whole thing. The whole white privilege was giving you the option of talking about what you wanted.
And I need
to know more about this. I've never heard of this before. So we're talking about Nation of Islam, right?
Yes, Nation of Islam.
Bow tie wearing, somewhat like very respectable.
Very respectable. Oh, absolutely.
Booking people.
Yeah.
But it's all based on.
It's based on.
I'm sorry, you have to repeat yourself because
it's based on a white dude's interpretation of Islam, and I love America. We have the best science fiction religions. Everybody can kiss my butt. Nobody does science fiction like the U.S. We've literally made so many religions out of it. Looking at you, Raelians. Yakub, he was a brilliant scientist, a protege, right? This guy was like the smartest of the smart, and life was a utopia. We're talking long flowing metallic silver ropes. I'm not even making this up. Long, metal fabric, the technology that we lost forever. So he made the white person to create evil in the world. He's basically their devil.
Okay.
Right. And even, he's a traitor. Dude, like some of the stuff, oh my gosh. Like I'm trying to think of like what I can say that's real, that they actually believe, but won't get a YouTube channel struck. And then the white person created the Asians to get closer to their black roots. And then the Asians created the Native Americans to even get closer to those roots, which is why Native Americans are looked upon semi-favorably, but Asians are really looked down upon because you see, according to their beliefs, their pineal gland in the brain is calcified, which is why they lack any imagination, according to the Nation of Islam.
You rack at the imagination.
And explains why they're so good at math. This is actually real.
I'm so fucking uncomfortable with this topic.
Let's spin the wheel again. Like I was like, Oh man, I opened my fat mouth before I even thought about it.
No, this is bad. This is
dude.
so bad. Like, I have to look into this.
Bonafide.
Which, by the way, you guys, anybody that's hanging out in chat that is like held on through this hot fucking mess Tank has brought us into, like, have you heard any of this? Because I've never heard any of this.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
What is it?
I
Count Dankula does a wonderful video on the subject.
Oh, I love Count Dankula. You know, Flip City interviewed Count Dankula back in the day.
Oh, that is so cool.
It was pretty cool. He didn't promote us at all or anything, but it was cool to be able to talk to Count Dankula because
Cheap
I like
Scottish
the guy.
bastard. No, I love him. So he's an Irishman, a German, and a Scotsman are all sitting at the bar, right? And they each order a beer. A fly lands in each of their beers. Well, the German looks at the fly, looks at the beer, flicks the fly off the beer, and drowns his beer. The Irishman looks at the fly, looks at the beer, and just drinks it all. Meanwhile, the Scotsman's at the end of the bar with the fly bent over the lip of the glass, going, spit it out, you gotta pay for it.
I remember that one. I remember that joke from 5 years ago. Tank.
You know?
I love your sense of humor. I have to highlight this because, okay, so Raelians use the Star of David and swastika merged into one symbol.
Because they go back to the Hindi roots of the symbol. Because it does date back as, I mean, that symbol is as old as Sanskrit itself. Possibly even older.
Listen, I'm not letting you spin again, Tank.
Uh-oh.
You made me put white privilege on, and you fucking tanked it. Per your name. And now we're going straight into branding you.
Okay.
We're branding you because we actually have kind of a longer read tonight. You guys, we are promoting, and I'm super happy to have a force multiplier here. And somebody that is pretty freaking good at reading. He knows how to read English.
And read good.
And you're good at doing different voices. So
I appreciate it.
I'm putting you through the ringer tonight because I'm gonna make you read The Walking Dead, Farrell Dixon. I didn't even put together a cast because basically you're reading all the parts except for the ladies.
Okay.
And remember at the very end, the black lady is Michonne, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're basically reading the whole thing.
Okay. I'm game. Let's do this.
We're gonna do it. We're branding you. All right, so we've got The Walking Dead, Farrell Dixon. Oh, by the way, if there, I don't know if there is very much narration, but I'll take narration if there is any.
Okay.
It's all you, baby.
Okay, so here I am in Paris, France. I have no idea why I'm in France, what I should be doing, or why. To be honest, I didn't even read the script. That's just what a rebel I am, I guess. But I've learned when life hands you an opportunity, don't piss it away. Just take the paycheck and ride it all the way to the end. Anyways, I've had to leave Georgia as protest against the repressive transgender bathroom laws. I've had a hard time getting my crossbow through customs. I must have filled out the form 1,000 times. But here I am in the city of lights, high fashion cinema, the arts, street mimes, and all my guilty pleasures. Man, what the hell happened to Paris? Oh yeah, zombie invasion. Le merde vent de devenir réel. Ah, there it is. The Eiffel Tower. A whole lot of fuss over a giant erector set. My wallet. My man purse. Just like back home, Everybody wants to take a bite out of Ferret Dixon. The Champs Ulysses. Every serious touring biker dream come true. Surely I've got time for a petit four and espresso.
It's a lie.
What the hell? Is this a zombie bomber?
Allahu Akbar. Let beam.
Alright, things just got real. Somebody's gotta stand up and put an end up. Somebody's gotta man up and put a stop to this.
Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, we do not banish miserable like you crude Americans. Les immigrants are freshmen too.
Appeasement never works. Just ask you. The more you feed them, the more will come. Just like pigeons. Oh no, Eurozombies everywhere.
Bleh, bleh.
Must be a million of them. How come I didn't hear about this on the news? And who put this non-dairy creamer in my espresso? I specifically asked for no cream, no sugar. Why is it hard? Why is it employees today have such a hard time following directions? Some hospitality. This place gets 1 star on Yelp from me.
Bleh.
Barricade the doors! Get your rifles ready! Your city's being overrun by hordes of zombies! Frenchies, I need you to form a line of resistance!
Les splat.
Les splat. What a bunch of pussies! It's like they enjoy losing. Guess if you want something done, you gotta do it yourself.
Les crunch, les tickle, les twang.
Eat titanium, freak!
Comment ça, monsieur?
You arrested me for taking out the Euro trash? This was self-defense, man!
No, we're arresting you for making this skid marks with your motor on this black crosswalk. This is a hate offense, punishable by 5 years in la prison.
You frogs had to catch me first! I gotta get out of this crazy house! If I could just shake les fuzz! Now to find a place where I can get some peace and quiet. Oh yeah, this'll do. Sometimes it feels like I'm the last straight man on earth. I should have just gone to the discotheque.
Soon, the French police catch up to Farrell.
Wow, how'd you find me so fast?
We just followed the trail of alienation. You have the right to remain silent. Everything
right.
you say. Oh, sorry. You have no right to remain silent. Everything you say will be used against you in a court of law.
It's like this terrible franchise. I mean, nightmare. Yeah, totally. It's never gonna end.
Farrell receives a special visit in prison.
Mr. Dixon, I'm Slanianic.
from the United Nations Security Council. You have been very naughty, Mr. Dixon, but you are useful as you have a lot of clout with the geeks and nerds. The women want to be with you. The men want to be you. Like some kind of TV tough guy macho man. We can help each other. Let us work together. No, we can make this easy for you, or we can make it painful. Suck it, Klaus. You may have it your way, much like in BK Burger Restaurant slogan. Tonight. In an all-new... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Tonight, in an all-new episode of The Bachelor European Union Edition.
If he doesn't pick me tonight, I swear to God, I'll torch this bloody TV studio.
Three hours later. Good work. We've broken him.
Wow, that didn't take long. Introducing the new Ferret Dixon. He's fully domesticated and housebroken to boot.
That next week on BBC Three.
Welcome back to The Bachelor EU, where 50-euro slags compete for a date with Destiny. Tonight, we'll find out who our eligible super stud Ferret Dixon gives his last rose to. Ingrid, I would much like the speed on my Honda CB750 Nighthawk. My love has no limits. Please accept this rose.
Squee!
Meanwhile, back in the state of Georgia. Well, that's it. They finally got to him.
Why is he talking with a British accent? He's even smiling.
And so our hero Ferret Dixon must face a fate worse than death. Reality show notoriety.
Dun dun dun.
The end. Dude, you did so well. I put you through the ringer tonight, sir.
I love it. Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
I have a giant beast here. Saying you still have not taken me on a walk.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Tank, it's been wonderful hanging out with you tonight.
I've had a wonderful time, Christy.
I'm so
I had fun.
I'm so happy you have. I personally love that the thing you said to add to the wheel came up, and you basically tanked it. That's the new thing we say.
My wife says that I have the superpower to shit on any moment.
And you did.
I can't disagree.
Well, that's what this show was made for. So thank you so much for coming tonight. I am going to close it down. What do you want people to do? Because you're freaking busy across the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're networking here, you're force multiplying there, you have a project here. But if there was a main thing you want people to do, what do you want them to do?
Support your local creator. You know, get the little guys. Get the little guys. Get the people that, we have lots of wonderful people out there. Absolutely incredible artists. Give them a shot. Get their book. Read their book. If they've got a digital copy and it's cheap, give up that coffee and just, give a boost. I'm always for the little guy. I'm a Raiders fan. If I don't root for the underdog, then what the hell am I even doing here? So, you know, give them a boost. Get what you like. Promote it. Tell your friends. When you get your copy, right? If you get physical copy, put it in their hands. Go, dude, you got to check this out. That's really what I want folks to do out there. Just let's get this. Let's pump some more water into this tide. Let's get the wave rolling to the point where mainstream cannot ignore the motion in the ocean.
It's not the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Don't rock the boat, baby.
And if anybody is interested, and I'm sure there's plenty, you guys go sign up for Neon Revenant. Oh my God! I'm trying.
Oh, look at that!
I'm trying to put another 15 pounds on him too. So,
okay.
Yeah. I'm dropping Tank's link to Neon Revenant by Rock Hard Comics and art by Take Ferret into the chat. You guys go sign up at the very least so you get to know what is going on over there. And as far as I go, because we don't have we don't have the wonderful Batman, aka Bruce Q Wayne, here tonight. So I have to say, you guys check out on Sunday nights 3 Beer Men. That is our wonderful, awesome producer, Cosmic Grandpa's show with Bruce, aka Batman, on this show. Go check that out on Sunday nights across platforms. Search 3 Beer Men. I don't have a direct link because it's all about me, you guys.
Typical woman.
It is. And actually, it really isn't all about me because I don't have a ton to do with Flip City besides promoting it and know everything that's published in it. We have a group of fantastic artists and writers that we've been publishing for the last 5 years. Check us out on Fund My Comic. That's Flip City Mag. I'm sorry. That's fundmycomic.com/FlipCity27. And also tomorrow night, I'm competing for Best Pitch on, that guy's
Bancroft
channel. Thank you. That
guy.
Over
at Michael Bancroft. Wonderful.
I'm super excited to do that because I've had him on here, and it'll be my first time being on Michael Bancroft's channel. I'm not digging out the links, you guys. Just search stuff. Do it. Except for Tanks. Oh, and thank you, Vulcan, for dropping our link to the Fund My Comic. That is the Flip City Magazine parodies, which you just saw one of the titles that will be published in that. The Walking Dead, Farrell Dixon, wonderfully read by Tank Ferret.
Thank you.
And this is where we wave.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Until next time, He-Man.
See you next week.
Okay, class. List everything insensitive, exclusionary, bigoted, nationalistic, misogynistic, and offensive that you can find in history's great myths and legends. Extra points for suffering panic attacks or emotional outbursts. Fact check every opinion against the lived experience of your comrades and allies, so you can avoid forming a criminal opinion. Scrutinize it cover to cover. Wrongthink, misgendering, dead naming, misinformation, microaggressions. Leave no page unturned.